welcome to the Latino Excellence Podcast with Caleb Sanchez, the former St. John Bosco star quarterback who just finished a wonderful year leading Columbia to its first Ivy League title in, I think, 61 years. Caleb, how are you? How's your summer treating you?
It's going well. I'm glad to have finished up finals. Got back home. It's been about a week now. It's been great. I love the weather here. Gets gloomy New York, and compared to here, sunny SoCal, it doesn't get better. So I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
That's awesome. What was your first year like in the Ivy League as a student, but also as a quarterback?
I'm not gonna lie, it hit me kind of hard getting in here. I'd always been a strong student, like academically. My dad had always emphasized academics, and that's what got me into a school like Columbia. And honestly, I was not expecting the rigor that it brought. I know people talk about the Ivy League all the time, and Columbia is obviously one of those schools. And being in a setting where everyone are high achievers, everyone's top of their class, it's like, dang, you're hit hard. And I had a hard time adjusting at first. First semester was a bit tough, balancing the season as well as academics. But once spring semester came in, I was able to pick back up, raise the GPA a lot, so that was good. And I was able to focus more on school. I learned how everything operates, know the professors are. The jump from high school to college is different. Professors are not as personal as they are in high school, like teachers are, where you have a personal relationship with them. That was the biggest thing for me, just the learning curve. But I was able to adjust to it, and like I said, I'll be good for the rest of the years to come.
Yeah, that's amazing. I have a daughter at Yale, and it is an adjustment. It's an adjustment to go from high school to the Ivy League, and
yes, sir.
But athletically as well, it's not easy to make that adjustment. And you waited your time, and then you took advantage once you had playing time.
Yes,
what
sir.
was that 4-game run like for you?
Yeah, so the quarterback situation the last season was interesting because our starter he got injured, so we had to have someone step up, and so they started a junior quarterback, and so he had his turn, and all of it, like out of nowhere, kind of the coach, because I went from not making the travel roster, so I wouldn't even travel with the team for away games, to starting games, which is kind of crazy. That adjustment. So I was not even used to being in the game plan. I was used to just being a work team guy, a scout team guy, for the first, like, I would say 6 weeks maybe. I was just a work team guy, not really involved in the game plan, not really involved in the playbook. I would just read plays off a card, go just give the defense a look. Just I was told to throw interceptions in a work team. So it was like. And then to go from that, and then all of a sudden to becoming, they put me as second string against Yale. It was at one of our Friday night light games against Yale at home. I was the true second string, and that was crazy. I had to lock in, get in the playbook, learn the plays, learn the game plan, what we were putting in for that week, and then just go from there. And after that, we saw Harvard. That was when I saw my first action. That game was cold, windy, nothing like here, nothing like playing here. I was not ready, but I got thrown in last drive of the game, led a scoring drive, which was pretty cool. It was very surreal, that game. And then after that, we played Brown, got my first start, obviously against Brown. Did all right. I think it could have done better now that I look back on it, but did enough to get the win. That's all that mattered. Didn't turn the ball over. Last game of the season, Cornell. We knew we had the Ivy League title hopes. Going into that game, all I was focused on doing was winning the game. Last game for our senior guys, that was the biggest thing for me. I didn't want to let them down. Didn't want to let them lose on the last game ever, as an athlete. So I just went in, like I said, same mentality. Don't turn the ball over. Keep the ball safe. Score. Let my guys make plays, and then we ended up winning, which is pretty cool. But jump from high school to college athletics was, I like to say the game of football stays the same, because in high school, I played at St. John Bosco. We were playing high-level talent all the time, but the game of football is the same. It's simple. It's matchups, plays, concepts don't really change. Defenses, they're gonna get a little more complicated in college. But like I said, it's the same thing. You just got to go out there and play. So it was a great experience, and I'm grateful that it happened.
I try to find research on this. I don't know how many Latino quarterbacks have won Ivy League titles. Have you figured it out? Have they told you, or?
No one has let me know about that. I mean, the Latino population on the team is not very big. We have, if I can think, there's maybe like one other kid, two other kids that I can think of that are Latino. So I mean, that goes to show like Latinos in the Ivy League are rare, especially in football. Especially just Latinos in football are rare. And then when you dumb it down to the Ivy League, it makes it even slimmer. So I mean, I don't know the stats on that. I mean, it's cool to just say that I am though. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not like 100% sure on that one.
What does it mean to you to be Salvadoreño, also Filipino? What does it mean to you to be Salvadoreño? I saw that the people are starting to recognize you more. People, like I think, was it El Salvador night that you were on, or was it soccer team?
Yeah. I was able to go to the New York Red Bulls game. They played LA Galaxy actually, which is funny. I was able to go to the game through an organization. I knew my dad met a guy named Steve, and he runs an organization called AFJA. They just help like young kids in Central America, particularly El Salvador, just access to like to just like basic things like food, clothing, and then they also run like a soccer program with them, which is pretty cool. But he hosts a bunch of Salvadorian nights. This was my second one I think I've done with him, because I went to one with the LA Angels in the summer, I think, before I went to Colombia. And then just a month ago now, I was at the Red Bulls game in New York, which is pretty cool. Yeah, we were on and we got to walk beginning of the game. It was Salvadoran Heritage Night there, which is awesome. I mean, it's awesome to see all the Salvadoreños, all the representation there is at those games. I saw a bunch of ES jerseys, which is pretty cool. It was awesome. And it's so cool just to be a part of that, to be able to represent that and to make an impact. Like I said, it inspires a lot of people, whether it's direct or not. I think it's pretty cool.
I spent 3 years in New York way before you were born, covering the Mets. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I loved about New York is that there's a little bit of everything and everybody there. Have you been able to go find some good pupusas or some good Filipino food in New York? Have you found your spot? Because I know they're there.
Yeah, I haven't tried any Salvadorian food. I've been to one spot, Filipino spot, uptown in Manhattan. It was a little close to the Bronx. It was solid spot, but I haven't gotten to any Salvadorian places yet. That'll be my next journey or my next adventure for me in the city. So we'll see. I'll update you on that one.
Yeah, that's awesome. I was there in February. I went down to Cooperstown, New York, as part of the Baseball Hall of Fame's historical overview committee. We had meetings. Sure. And while I was there, I went to visit my daughter. Then we drove into New York to watch a show. Have you gotten any Broadway? Have you started watching any Broadway or any culture yet?
No, I haven't gotten any of that stuff yet. Biggest thing I just went to a Mets game, actually. That was the biggest thing I've probably done New York, like entertainment wise. I went to a Mets game right before I left against the Dodgers. The Dodgers lost, unfortunately, but yeah, I haven't really gotten into Broadway yet. I want to, though. Like you said, it's part of the culture over there. I need to get cultured. We'll see.
There you go. I'm sure in your next 3 years you'll find your way to Broadway. It's not far away from the campus either. So when we talk about Latino excellence, we talk about people making a difference, people breaking through, trailblazers. You're clearly a trailblazer. I've enjoyed watching your career the last 2 years in the recruiting process. And in many ways, I do believe that people like you are breaking stereotypes so that the next Caleb Sanchez, when he's at St. John Bosco, like every other quarterback at St. John Bosco, everybody throws themselves at them. How important is it for you to kind of like help break that stereotype that that there aren't many Latino quarterbacks, even though we've had some great ones, right? Like there have been many great ones, but still there are some obstacles as far as when people are deciding, oh, am I going to recruit this kid? How important is it for you to show people that, hey, Latinos can, be the leader of the team, can be the quarterback.
Yeah, I think it's important to show people that it really doesn't matter, right? Like what you look like, where you come from. And obviously as a Latino, an Asian football player, I mean, that's a very rare combo in American football. And just to be able to show people that it doesn't matter what you look like and that you can play. I think that's all that matters. I think people need to see past your name, your last name, your culture, whatever, in recruiting. And honestly, it's awesome because now that I've been focused on my heritage, I've seen a lot of growth in sports, especially like representation, both Salvadorian, Filipino, just Asian and Latino athletes in general. I've seen a lot more coverage of them and just more kids playing sports that you don't really see them playing typically, and being able to show kids that it's possible to do it at this high level is honestly such a blessing. And I want to keep doing that and keep rising to newer heights to show them that anything is possible, and that it doesn't matter what you look like, who you are. Culturally, it does that none of that matters. If you can play, you can play. And I think that's the biggest thing that people need to realize.
What is your game plan for this summer? And when do you go back to school? One of the cool things that I learned about Ivy League athletics, that it truly is student athletes.
Oh yeah.
Like like you arrive on campus, if anything, like a week before your fellow classmates.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
But I'm sure you're proud. I'm sure you're competitive, and I'm sure you're going to be working. What are you doing this summer to prepare yourself to try to maintain that starting spot? I know that the former starter is coming back as well, but what are you doing this summer?
Of course, yeah. So I just got back from the gym actually, which is we have a strength program. Our strength coach, he has us on a program that we have. It includes both conditioning, speed work, and then our lift, whatever we're doing. So I'm lifting at least 4 times a week, running the same way at least 3 times a week, and I'm also throwing at least 3 times a week. I threw yesterday, so today I'm off. I'll probably go again tomorrow. But yeah, the work never stops. Just because I'm at home, I got to stay focused because, I mean, at the end of the day, I still am a student athlete, like you said. And so that'll go on until I'm going back to New York July 7th. So the way they do it is they split summer into 2 parts. So right now, like some of my teammates are in the city. They have their own training, and it's mainly for guys who are like interning in the city. And so if you're already there, like they have a program for you. So you go out to the field, train, lift, do whatever. So there's that summer program, which is summer program A, and there's summer program B, which I'm going to be doing. So I'm spending A at home, and then I'll go B. For summer B, I'll be in New York. And then from then on, the fall camp, and then I'll just go through the semester and play on. So from July 7th till about December, I'll be back in the city, just training, getting better, obviously during the season in the fall. And right now, like I said, I'm still training, working, making sure I'm eating right. That's the biggest thing. Food is very tempting here. So just got to make sure I stay focused. And class-wise, there's nothing really for classes other than just registering, getting what I need for the fall semester. I'm not taking any summer classes right now. So I think I'm good on that part. But yeah, like you said, in the Ivy League, like there's no summer camp like there is for like big like FCS schools or FBS schools or other FCS schools. Everything is sort of voluntary in the summer. Like it's not a requirement that you have to be there to be on the team. But a lot of our guys stay for the summer because it helps us get that edge that we need in the fall. And then the only mandatory thing is training camp, which begins August 20th. And that goes about like a little bit more than 2 weeks. And then we start school. So that's the only thing that's like mandatory. But I'll be back in July training, and then I'll be in the city working hard there. So,
Caleb, what advice would you give young Latino athletes? Or young athletes in general?
Yeah. This one's tough. I mean, a big thing for me in my story has been just to be patient, and I'm a big faith guy, big believer in God, and so the biggest thing for me is just trusting the process. A lot of things you see today, like you see kids playing high school ball, starting their freshman year, getting offers super early, and that's part of the recruiting game now. Kids getting offered at young ages. Interest from colleges starts in 8th grade, even younger. And I found myself a lot comparing myself to these guys because, like I said, going to Bosco, I saw the older quarterbacks or the older like guys in front of me, even my team, like my classmates, getting college interest, and I was just there, kind of like in the back, and it was hard for me just to. I know I in my head I try to not to compare myself, but it just comes naturally, just comparing yourself to other people, and I think that's like that's your biggest. That could be a big downfall if you find yourself comparing yourself to other people and not being patient, not trusting the process. And it gets very hard at times. There are times I was like, "Damn, what am I doing? Like, am I even in the right spot right now?" But I trusted my faith in God, and I knew that it was His plan and not mine, and that I would end up in the spot that I needed to be at. And so, staying patient it's one of the hardest things to do, just in life, and especially as a student athlete. But staying patient, trusting the process, and continuing to put your head down and work, and good things will come from that no matter what. I think that's the biggest thing kids need to know is not to rush anything, because things will come. Like same with I have a little brother. He's at his baseball game right now. And so my parents know like the same thing with him. I tell him the same thing. Stay patient. Don't worry about what other kids are doing. He's still young, so he has time, but I want to make sure he does it the right way because my parents have learned a lot from my process. And so, yeah, just staying patient, trust the process. That's the biggest thing. And comparison, don't do it. It's the thief of joy, like they say. Comparison's the thief of joy.
Tell me about your brother. Tell me, like,
Yeah.
this good kid. He's already been written about a little bit in the LA Times.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. So my brother's name's Ryu Sanchez. Ryu, like the Street Fighter. I don't know if you know RYU. So he's at his baseball game right now, but he's playing baseball, basketball, and football. He's actually going to start his next season, his first tackle football season this fall. So that'll be exciting. That's exciting for him. But yeah, he's almost going to catch me in height. Still has to put some weight on, but he's doing good things. He's probably going to play receiver in football. And my parents want to just keep him in on all the sports. Like for me, I used to play. I played by all the sports. I mean baseball, basketball, and football. I played up until high school. I stayed with basketball until sophomore year. Then I quit just to focus on football. But my parents want to do all three with him. So yeah, he's very talented, very athletic, very good kid. Just tell him to stay focused in school, and if he keeps working hard, he'll be bound to do great things. So I'm excited for him.
Wow. So how tall is he now?
He's about 6'1", and he just turned 13, 7th grade. So it's a lot of time for him to grow still. He's very raw in his sports, but he'll be good.
When you go to dinner with people, if pretend we're at a dinner and I said, Caleb, you can't tell these people that you're a football player. What should people know about Caleb Sanchez away from sports? When you can't tell them anything about sports, but you're trying to get people to know who you are and appreciate you for who you are, other than the quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's a hard question. I like that. I would just talk to them about. I would hope a person I'm talking to is an outdoors person, because I mean, yeah, I really love the outdoors. I like traveling. We're actually going to Big Bear tomorrow. We're leaving, so that's going to be fun. But I enjoy going outside, going on hikes. I have a dog, and since I've gotten a dog, I've come to appreciate nature so much more. So I would just talk to them about like just life and going outside, going outdoors, talk to them about just Mother Nature and stuff like that. I think that's really important to me and really cool to me. Other than football or anything else, I would just want to travel the world, just see what nature has to offer. So,
wow, what is your major at Columbia right now? Have you picked one yet?
I don't have a major declared yet. I won't declare till next spring. I'm not sure I'm not sure right now. I mean, I've tried the economics, where everyone does economics in New York. I don't think that's for me. I've looked into political science. So I don't know yet. I'm not sure. Not 100% sure on that, on my major yet, but I know it's going to be important. But we'll take this next fall to take some more intro classes, see what I'm interested in. So
What would you give? What advice would you give your 5-year-old self if you could go back
yeah.
and leave a letter to 5-year-old Caleb Sanchez? What would that letter say? What advice would you give yourself that you wish somebody had given you?
Listen to mom and dad, because I mean, like for the most part, I mean, obviously I listen to my parents, but there have been some decisions that I've made, especially when it came to like to just choosing like schools and just things in school that I should have listened to my parents when doing. So I would say like just say yes, listen to mom and dad, because at the end of the day they know what's best for me, and I'm happy. I'm obviously in a great spot in where I am in life, but my parents have been obviously the biggest supporters of me, biggest proponents in this entire journey, and just listening to them more, just doing the little things around the house, doing the little things every day, listening to them has made me. And I think if I just, with everything that I did, just listen to them more, it would be even better spot. So I would say listen to my parents more, because there are times when I was like, dang, I think I know better. Even today, I think I still know better than them. But obviously they live life way further than I have, and I have to continue to listen to them. But yeah, listen to my parents even more than I have done now. That's biggest advice.
Well, I appreciate every podcast, Latino Excellence podcast. We finished with this question.
Mm-hmm.
I asked everybody to complete this sentence or to start this sentence. Latinos should know it is okay to. For instance, I would say Latinos should know that it's okay to embrace their greatness. What would your sentence be like? Latinos should know. Can you complete that sentence? Start it and complete it for me.
Yeah. Give me a second. Yeah. Okay. I would say Latinos should know that they can do it. Just that simple. Because I mean, I've actually met kids who have asked me about playing quarterback, like small young Latino kids who have asked me. It's like how are you able to play quarterback? It was at Bosco, because Bosco is like a big school. Even in that area, Bellflower, Downey area, it's heavy in Latino population. So I've actually when I was at a youth camp, a few kids asked me like, oh, because they've seen like the Latino coverage that I've been getting. Like, how did you do it? I'm like, how? I'm just like you, just like everyone. We're just like everyone else, you know. I mean, it doesn't matter like what our last name is, the color of our skin. We're still playing football. I put in the same work that everyone else has been putting in, and I mean, they had to respect like the talent and the skill that I had, and I told them, I mean, just keep working hard, and you'll be able to do it. They just asked me how you're able to do it. You can do it. That's all. That's the biggest thing. It's that simple. That Latinos can do it. They should know that.
Thank you, Caleb Sanchez, quarterback, Columbia University. Salvadoreño, Filipino, great kid, getting ready to prepare for his sophomore training and then season before his sophomore year at Columbia. Caleb, I really appreciate you joining us today, and I wish you all the luck. It's been so much fun following your career.
I appreciate it. Thank you for all that you've done. We'll talk soon. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you.